Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is InsideAgameR. Sorry for the delay tonight, but welcome back to X-Plane 12. Today we're here with the FlightFactor A320 X-Plane 12 edition, which is currently in beta. We're going to give this a fly tonight. Last night we did try and fly the A330. It wasn't happening. But then we just kind of messed around in some of the other flights. Sorry for the delay this evening. I was messing around. So basically, I'm trying to use the Thrustmaster throttle, and for some reason it all links up perfectly apart from the throttle detents. It doesn't matter even with adjusting them, it just doesn't seem right. So I've unplugged that, so we're just going to use the stick, and I'm going to have to do everything by hand inside the cockpit. But here we go, we're here in Rome today. So yesterday we were kind of in the English kind of side of things. Today we're in Rome. Rome doesn't look too bad, I must admit. It's quite nice that there's more kind of liveried aircraft just kicking around. So yeah, we're here in Rome and we're heading over to Valencia in Spain. There's the plan. We are on the virtual airlines network, simplyconnectva.com, and I am in the classic livery that we've got for some of the aircraft. I thought it looks quite nice in the A320, so I thought that's what we would do. Hello to the people out here: Count, Rembot, hello, Nut, Solutions, Pounded Jam, Riney, hello, hello, hello. So, the Wi-Fi's terrible here. You're on the Route 23 to Sligo. Nice. So hello to everyone that is here. I don't know who's flying with me tonight. Shall we have a quick little look? I'll just bring up the website. I've been running around like an idiot just trying to get the throttle detents to work. I have posted something on their Discord. Hopefully somebody will come up with something. So we've got Martin with me. He's going to be flying the Airbus A320 as well by the looks of things, which is nice. And Buzz is in the air. He's doing his own little flight to Stansted by the looks of things. He's on taxi. If he's still doing that, I don't know. So there we go. So look, body-wise, it's very similar. This is just, I've just used the repaints from X-Plane 11. The body is absolutely the same. But look, today, the jetway works. How good is that? Now, the fuel truck and stuff is what comes with FlightFactor. It does need a bit of work. It is beta. There could be issues along this flight. I have no idea how this is going to fly. But hopefully we'll have better luck than we did yesterday. Overall, again, today, I've seen so much negativity towards X-Plane 12. You know, everyone keeps still trying to compare this to Microsoft. I don't think the idea is to try and get flight simulators that are new from Microsoft over to this. I think people that know the product or know what they're getting with X-Plane wanted this. Now, some people are upset that they feel like it's not worth the amount of money. Probably in its current state, I'd probably agree. It's kind of like an upgrade, but it's kind of things like weather, mainly weather, lighting, and a few other bits and pieces, flight dynamics. But maybe, you know, flight engines these days, just for weather, cost 30 to 40 euros. So maybe it actually is worth it when you think about it. If you were to get X Enviro, if you were to get X Shade or whatever, if you were to get Seasons is another, what, 25, 30 euros from Aerosoft. So realistically, maybe the $60 mark isn't far off where it should be, in all honesty, when you think about having X-Plane and all their add-ons. Now, some people say, well, I can just fly my X-Plane with their add-ons. That is also very true. But this does give something a little bit more, in my opinion. Again, like I said yesterday, this is not supposed to be a comparison. It was never meant to be, and we're not going to treat it like that. Glenn B, good evening, good evening, good evening. Okay, so inside the cockpit, you're going to notice it doesn't look very good compared to the normal A320. There is a graphical issue, so I read on the forum, that will be updated with X-Plane 12 that will fix all these issues and will make this look a lot nicer in the future, so I've been told. I don't know how true that is, but that's what I've been told. We're flying early evening. I'm hoping to have a nighttime landing to see what night lights are like tonight. That is the plan. Imran, good evening, hello. Yeah, hopefully we'll have a flight. So yeah, so look, very simple. Okay, crap, I tried to click on the book, not the door. I have a feeling that this is a pain to put back. Ah, sugar. Who did this? You're gonna make me reload my door. There's a button somewhere, isn't there? Sugar. I genuinely thought I was pressing. I didn't see these logbooks before. I wanted to see did it come out. How do I get you back? I have a feeling it's just a silly button somewhere on this door, and I could not tell you where. That's indeed if it shuts again. Ah, sugar. Anyone know roughly where it is? So far, it's not going my way, is it? Small switch at the front. Not small bloody switch this thing. I don't see any other small switch. Please shut. I didn't mean to open you. Left button corner, I think, where the window is open. There's a button at the front. Again, I generally didn't mean to open that window. Bugger it. It keeps thinking about loading something, so that worries me. It won't even let me drag it. I can't drag it. Aha! There we go. I had it on the wrong way around. Okay, panic over. So, today's flight. Are you friggin' taking the piss? I'm trying to press the bloody board. Okay, it's gotta go that way, and then we can slide. Oh, come on, I'm trying to press you. I want this. This is what I want. Can I click somewhere else, maybe? Right, how does this thing lock? Is there a lock on this crappy door? I want to click on this. Look. Oh, you're lighting up. There we go. Good. We're in. I can't zoom in now, though. Bugger. There we go. So, let's try again. Today's fuel for today's flight. It's a bit touchy with that window. Be careful. It won't even let me click down here. So, we can't... I don't want to use the slider. I want to do... Alright, we're going to use the slider. No. There we go. So, 8115. So if we just go for 8.1 should be enough for today's flight. Bloody hell. You know what? That'll do. Let's get you set so you can refuel. Supply stuff's good. Packs. Let's just get a bunch of passengers in. So, it's really fiddly to... Well, it says to call. I don't really want to call stairs. It should already be here. Alright, whatever. It's going to bring in some stairs for itself. Let's fill this plane up a little bit. There we go. You're set, and the cargo for today. We'll get these guys requested. Let's get a bit of cargo on board. There we go. Set, set, set. Perfect. There we go. So we are loading up. Oh, Jesus. Having a hard time and we haven't even taken off yet. Okay, so all good, all good. Just gotta be careful pressing the window, especially when we're in the air. Making it a bit of a cow to get in here. Okay, so performance data then. 581. Yeah, it's very close to what it should be. Fuel on board 81.6. Okay, that's all done. I don't believe there's anything else here. I just want to check the settings. Okay, so the alignment speed. I don't know, maybe we'll put it on 10 actually. It's very hard to click things on here. That's the only thing I will say. Synchronize EFS barrows, I'm going to put on as well. Right. Jesus, let's try and turn on this aeroplane then. Okay, so we're going to throw it on our batteries first. You should see some bits light up. External power is available. You can see all the lights turning over now. There we go. So external power is on. We're going to flick on our fuel pumps while we're here. Emergency lighting armed, seatbelts on, smoking sign to the on position. There's already lights on in here, which is quite nice. Okay, so we're going to throw on our beacon, wing, navigation lights can go to the on position. Crew supply can now go to the on position, and we're going to align the ADIRS. ADIRS will be lined. That's going to turn on now. That's very, very nice. Cargo vent. Nah, sure, we can turn it on. I don't think it really matters. Okay, so the aircraft has power. It's going to start aligning. Okay. Move you out of my way. Let's have a look here then. Apparently we need to look at that. No. There we go. So, we should now be going from LIRF, which we are in Rome. And we're heading off to Valencia, which is LEVC. We're not on VATSIM. VATSIM V-Pilot's currently not working, so I'm waiting for that to update. So we're just going to be flying normally. Here we go. We've got our flight plan already here. Our flight number today, of course, is SIT7742. The IRS in it. We can align on the reference, confirm our alignment, and we can return. We could put in our wind data as well. That's fine. All that's done. We can go on to the next page. I can't remember. No, this one doesn't do it for you. Okay, zero fuel weight today. It was 58 point something, wasn't it? Get scared to touch this thing. 58.1. What's my CNG? 26.9. Block fuel today is 8.1. Okay, that is all in for us. I keep thinking I need to talk to VATSIM, but we don't have VATSIM on. Okay, so let's have a look on the outside. Everything is still there, so I think we can start getting rid of some stuff now. What we're going to do is throw on the APU. Can't start it yet. We'll wait for the flap to open. It wasn't like the A330 yesterday. There we go. Oh. Okay, APU's kicking in. Gonna go back down to our service then. Let's remove our fuel truck. Passenger stairs we can remove. Cargo we can remove. And we'll keep our supplies on for the moment. Now, I've been told that better pushback is working quite well with xplane 2. I haven't put it in yet. I didn't have enough time this evening. So we're going to use its pushback, which scares me. After yesterday's shenanigans. We'll have to see how we go. Right, so back to our flight plan then. Can I make it a little bit bigger for everyone? No, not really. Okay, so we're going to go to our flight plan then. We're departing from runway 25. Now, it's actually giving me a direct, so we're not going to put in any of these. No. Yeah. So we're going to... Oh man, it's been so long since I'm flying this bad boy. Insert you there. Maybe we need to just check that. Go to our plan. Okay, it's going to fly straight out. Lovely jubbly. Until we get to we can fix that closer to the time. Go to our performance page. We're going to V1 at 131. 132. 132. Okay, we will be a flaps 1 departure, and we will flex to 62 degrees. Will be enough for this runway. Okay, everything should be okay with the flight plan for now. We'll go back to our arc. We'll move that down. 1099.2 is fine. Okay, so let's fill in the rest of this stuff then. We'll click you over to 1000 and we'll just go straight up to, well, you know what, we might as well just go straight up to 33,000, which was what I was planning to go up to today anyways. Okay, APU should be on, so let's APU bleed. Bleed is on. Don't need to do any of that stuff like yesterday. Okay, we can turn the external power off, take our chocks off, and we're going to remove that. So everything should be removed apart from the jetway now. Lovely jubbly. And now I've got to do the thing that I don't want to do. Dun dun dun. We want pushback. Hopefully the pushback's going to work. Oh boy, here we go. This is after yesterday and it tried to flip the plane over, so we'll see how this goes today. This is it. This is the important part. Is there something coming for us? I hope so, because I don't have better pushback installed. I don't think this has a pushback, does it? Not that I can remember. It's been a while since I've flown the A320, you know. Oh man, I forgot that it does all this stuff. Okay, there is something I need to do, is that we need to put a reverse. Okay, 7 is pitch, flaps is 8, it's the wrong way round. Parking brake on, parking brake off, 9 and 10. Okay, throttle simulator do nothing. Okay, we want reverse. Toggle reverse thrust. Hey, Viso just subscribed. Thank you, mate. Much appreciated. I just want to. Where's the toggle thrust? Okay, so you're going to be 18, the furthest point this way. Right. We'll try and remember that. And do I have a brake? 5 for regular effort. Where's 5? Okay, 5 is up there apparently. Oh, wow, these are weird controls. So, do I have to regress ground services? Is that the only way to get this? Okay, here he comes. Holy cow. Okay, let's put the engines then into where it needs to go to start. Everything else is good. I'm hoping it's going to detach this itself. I'm assuming the doors are shut. Everything is shut on the aircraft. So yesterday this didn't go well. I should have moved over better pushback. Bloody idiot. Okay, let's see how this goes. There's one here now too.
Commencing pushback. Release parking brake.
No, you scare me. Wow, it's pushing back here better than yesterday's. Let's fire up engine number 2 at least. My jetway didn't disconnect though, did it? Okay, we have to go straight back because I can't change it to go to the left. But engine 2 is firing. It's got some weird smoke going on here, look. What the frig is this? Oh, okay, so he's pushing. Oh no.
Completed.
I'd have to ask him again to go left then. Let's not ask him again after yesterday's shenanigans. What the frig? Why is he coming back again? Them engine noises are nice. Okay, flaps down. Alrighty then, everything's going well here. Let's have a quick look then at our flight controls before we disappear. Make sure I got your pitch roll. It's very slow, but we do seem to have it, so that's something. Let's go back to yeah, well, we don't need to, could be anything down here, can't it? Okay, fuel. Alrighty then. Engines are on, everything's stabilized, so we can now turn off the bleed, the APU. We're going to throw on our nose and runway taxi lights. Might just turn these up, they're already up full, wow. Alrighty, we're going to make a sharp turn here, we might crash into a few things. I don't apologise, we'll set you, and I'm also going to set our auto brake to max as well while we're here. Right, let's see, can I get out of here? Here we go. We are taking off from runway 25. Which I'm just going to be honest, I just need to bring up my chart because I haven't got a clue where I am. ZN. Oh wow, we are miles away. Okay, so everything's good apart from these little, I suppose they're the contrails, right? I mean, the ground shouldn't be wet. We probably should get some pictures. Yeah, press the button on the handle like you said. Huh? What happened? Has my chat gone dead? I'm just going to refresh you, just in case. Okay, H, very quickly, H. Wish I took note where I parked. We are going up this way and down here. So my toggle brakes don't work. It's always a good start, isn't it? And my handbrake also is not working. Oh, for God's sake. It's something different in this aircraft, isn't it? Just have to have a bit of a fast taxi, I suppose. E1. No, just very quiet. I'm trying to make sure I'm taxiing in the right place, but my brakes... All I've got to slow me down is this. Okay, what is it in this aircraft? Very quickly, I just want to have a look, because if we don't have brakes, we're going to have a problem. Engines, air brakes, auto brake, no. Parking brake set is park brake set and unset. Yeah, it should work for the parking brake. I do have a feeling that the regular brake is called something else. Let's see if I can find it quickly. Parking brake, new. I have a feeling it's like whole brakes maximum or something. What was that? 17. Let's give that a go. No. And my parking brake definitely doesn't work. Alright, we'll work it out in due course. Main thing is we're gonna fly today by the looks of it. God, whatever they are bloody annoying, aren't they? Is the volume too high? Please let me know. Unlike xplane 11, I can't control my volumes on the side. Okay, that's runway 25, I believe, so we're going to be taking off from here. Okay, the toggle reverse has worked. It's really annoying because I have to go down here to use it. Volume is fine. Hang on, my plane's reversing. Okay, so I need to take a mental note here. I'm going to write on my board in a minute. We need to fix the brakes and the throttles. Hopefully I can get the quadrant working. I'm not used to not having my quadrant. Don't know if you guys can hear the rain outside. It is mental. So yeah, we are going to be landing at night, so we get to see what the night looks like, which is something. Runway 25, we are in the right place at least. Okay, so parking brake is on. So let's just go through our last checklist then, what we need to get on. Runway 10 lights can go off, landing lights now to the on position, nose to takeoff, strobe now onto automatic, seatbelts, everything else is on, armed and done. Dome lights, I think we're okay in here at the moment, it's still a bit bright outside. All good, auto brake set to maximum, you are set, engines now back to normal mode. Flaps was set to 1, so that's odd. Is it still set to 1? No. Did it go back? Okay, I'm not sure what happened there. Yeah, the rain's been crazy here. Absolutely crazy. Because I'm in the roof. It's really loud right now. Okay, guys, we're good to go, aren't we? Let's get out of here. Let's skedaddle. I don't think this has... No, it doesn't have charts. Just want to make sure there's nothing else I can think of. I think we're all good. Okay, we're going to take off our parking brakes. We are going to be set... I need to be able to see flex as well. There we go. Here we go, guys. Okay, manual flex has been set.
Caution, on taxiway, on taxiway.
What? How the hell are we on a taxiway? Okay, B1, and let's now rotate. Okay, positive rate, gear up. Guys, we're actually flying in xplane 12. What's happened to my views? My views have died. What the hell? Okay, so it's now got rid of all my views, so we're gonna have to set some more. We'll fly to departure ourselves. Oh, that one works. Aha, here we go. Oh my god. I can't get back in the cockpit. There we go. Let's go back down to level climb then. Nose forward. Too busy looking out the window. Right, let's throw on the AP. It's really weird, so I can't use my views unless I go on the outside, and then... No. Oh my god, so I have to go out each time I want to use my views. I don't know. I had the same RAS issue on xplane 11 somewhere in Greece, super weird. Yeah, it's... Apparently we were on the taxiway. First time was at night, and I thought I missed the wrong way. Buzz, sorry again. Was the buzz in? Did I miss the buzz? I don't see him in. Okay, I am now up in the air. Buzz is en route. He is flying, like I said, he's going into Stansted. Martin D is 43 nautical miles ahead of me, and we're now just leaving ourselves from Rome. Yeah, so the views have gone funny. I can't use... Look, these are all my view settings unless I go outside and I go back inside. Okay, we are at a... we can go to standard pressures now. I don't know what's happened to my views. It's so odd. But you know what has gone? Our little smoke bubbles behind our engines are now gone. Probably over 10,000 feet now. Yep, just over 10,000 feet. Landing lights to the off position. Okay, we can make sure we clean up everything. Flaps are in, done and done, all done. Got some nice flickering going on. Fortunately in the distance the clouds are looking pixelated, but when you're next to them they're nice-ish. But the flight factor is flying quite nicely, so we won't complain. It's a nice picture. Joys of beta, yeah. I don't think it's beta. I think it's something to do with FlightFactor's plane with the RAS. I can only imagine. I can only imagine. Okay, so we're heading over to Valencia. Valencia is somewhere that I lived for quite a few months. I really enjoyed living in Valencia. Nice part of Spain as well. Anyways, how are we all? Did anyone else pick up xplane 12? What are your thoughts and opinions? What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Make sure you hit that like button as well, everyone that is watching. It's super important for the channel. Okay, this little flickering thing is a little bit annoying on my eyes. I didn't get to see the water textures, we're getting too high. Did anyone else get this little flicker here? I don't know if it's the plane. Okay, let's throw our arc out a bit. We're over 20,000 feet now. Ah, the Buzz is here. Welcome back, Buzz. You got the same flicker flying the TOLUS 340? Okay. That's fine then, as long as it's not new to me. It looks like it's like super hot from the little bits of blur we have. You know, it's like, you know, when it's like a really warm day. But this changing of my view thing is a little bit weird. But we have an A320 that works on xplane 12, a plane that's actually half decent, so I'm pretty happy. I must admit, in my xplane 11 there's so many other planes, the flight factor, because it is so intensive, I never really flew much, so it's actually nice that I might fly it for a couple of streams. John Cole, hello, hey, does xplane 12 work on VATSIM? Currently not yet, it's not available on Xpilot. I'm hoping that they're going to fix it in the next day or two. Because normally I fly on VATSIM, unfortunately again tonight we can't fly on VATSIM, so we're all flying offline on the virtual airlines tonight. But yeah, it's not available yet. Hopefully, like I said, hopefully we'll hear something back soon. I've just noticed my my Fly Live doesn't work with xplane 12 either. What was that? I wonder if I use FUSIP, would it connect? I'm pretty sure it connected yesterday. Okay, so yesterday it worked, today it doesn't work. So yeah, we don't have any of my altitudes and stuff. Yeah, okay. So yeah, you're not getting any of my data. Okay, sweet. I'm thinking about getting xplane 12. Just been on Microsoft with the Phoenix and PMDG. Two awesome aircrafts. Obviously, we mix between them here on the channel. But yeah, the flight factor. Look, it's early beta. It's early days for this. So just be warned what you're putting yourself into, and don't put yourself in the box of comparing it to Microsoft Flight Simulator, and then you'll be okay. There's a lot of wind up here because there's a lot of shaking going on. I don't know if that's just the wind dynamics and the beta of the plane. How long did it take to set up the controls? Well, actually, all the controls were set up. The only thing that didn't work was the throttles on my quadrant. So on the full quadrant, everything worked. Oh, it's blue. I'm using a blue screen. Everything worked apart from the throttles. And I just need to work out the detents. But the ones for X-Plane 11 don't work for X-Plane 12. So other than that, it was all set up and ready to go like most planes. Most aircraft, like toilets and stuff, they have all the configurations already for you. So, yeah. Didn't take too long to set up. X-Plane 12 itself, there's no plugins, so at the moment it loads in like 30 seconds. It's great. And as we went through yesterday, SSG 747 should be converted over very soon. FlyJ Sims Dash and 727 737 is on the way to being converted. The Totus A319 A321, they're the only ones that are charging for the upgrade, but there will be an upgrade available very soon. The A340 currently already works. I don't know what JAR Design are up to. I don't know if they're going to convert any of their stuff over or not. But yeah, most of the important ones have already, you know, pledged to convert the aircraft and stuff. So that's all good, really. The Alaskan Husky, good evening. How are you, my friend? If any of you want to see how the virtual airlines work, you can see here, because I have to, for some reason as well, I can't use display capture. Sorry, I can't use game capture. That's another thing we can't do at the moment. But here you go, you can see there's Count Davids. He's there. He's flying ahead of us on our tracker. He's tracking everything. Buzz is up here. He's flying in England. He's heading over to Stansted there, look. Why not come fly with us? Simply Connect Virtual Airlines, simplyconnectva.com. I will even put a link. There we go, look at that. Yeah, I'm good, mate. How are you? I'm not too bad. Surviving. Surviving and flying. Captain Dennis, I'm currently in Mallorca, Spain in real life. Look down and you'll see me. I'm in Valencia. Nice. We're a little bit... Oh yeah, we're not far from you, I suppose, eh? Shall we have a little look, see if we can see the island? Just a little bit off from us. We might be able to see it very soon. I think you're here in the distance. We must have reached cruise altitude. It's either that or we are slowly going down. No, we're alright. So how are we holding? 32980? Yeah, it's not too bad. There's a big headwind at the moment. Huge headwind, which is not great considering, but you know, everything will be okay. I really don't like that my buttons now, now that we've taken off, the cameras don't work properly. That is one dodgy thing. That's all I will say. You're on bright. Not the brightest of lights, but maybe once it gets dark, it'll look nice. Oh yeah, TCAS is on standby. I completely forgot about TCAS because obviously we're not online tonight. But let's send it to TAR8. A squawk. There we go. We'll squawk something. Yeah, unfortunately flying against a headwind. I love flying. Is this the new flight sim? Yep, this is X-Plane 12, currently in beta. As you can tell by there's a few little issues on the screen. We are flying the beta A320 from FlightFactor, the A320 Ultimate. That's available on X-Plane 11. They did yesterday, they upgraded it for this. So far so good, a few little niggles, but other than that, so far so good. I'm flying Eurowings from Mallorca to Zurich tomorrow, then transit to United, Zurich to Dulles. I don't know where Dulles is. DC. Ah, so you're going to America tomorrow, is it? Are we talking about real flying here now, or are we flying? Are you flying in the sim? I'm a little confused. I have my my pilot exam, my PPL very soon. October I have my PPL exam, hopefully. Is Liverpool losing 4-1? Have I just seen that flash by my eyes correctly? Are Liverpool really losing 4-1? I hope they are. So cool. Better than Microsoft Flight Simulator F5 notes and beta. Look, this is the problem with the forums, like I said at the beginning of the stream. The biggest problem that is currently happening is everybody is comparing it to Microsoft Flight Simulator. Don't do that. It's not a comparison. As I said yesterday, Microsoft is a billion-dollar company. It has Bing Maps. It owns Bing Maps, so it can use photogrammetry data, where xplane is run by a single entity, a person really, who just enjoyed flying. And if you look at how much money he made last year compared to Microsoft, he made something like 500,000, but Microsoft made, you know, 38.6 billion or whatever it was last year. So you can't compare it in looks. The one thing that xplane is always delivered on is flight dynamics and physics, which is why a lot of people prefer xplane. They don't use the visuals. Now for me, the ground texturing is not a problem. I mean, if you want to use Orthos, you can download Orthos, which is basically what Bing Maps does. It puts photogrammetry imagery on the floor, and you can use that if you wish. Yeah, but the thing is, the default airports in Microsoft are terrible. I think the defaults are a little bit better in xplane 11 and 12, but you know, it's like all of them. We're going to need add-ons. It's going to need time. Microsoft is still in beta now, and it's been out for nearly 2.5 years or whatever it's been. So, you know, they're the differences. The main thing with xplane 12 is the upgrade on the weather engine and the clouds. Like, they only had 2D clouds before. We now have volumetric clouds. I know they don't look very good now. I'm up in the air. And new lighting, PDR effects. So if you're going down, you should see the PDR effects are quite nice. The rain in this, the weather rain, we looked at it yesterday. The rain effects on the aircraft are stunning in this sim. Absolute stunning. The puddles on the floor with the ripples, and that won't be that is awesome. It's hyped for the A330, but what I'm hearing is just the default flying skin. Would be nice flying a big boy, since none kind of exists now of Microsoft. I don't know if I want to buy another A320. So yeah, look, I tried to fly that default A330 yesterday. It's not easy. It will have upgrades soon, but currently it's using the default FMS, which unfortunately for xplane 11 it's more Boeing styled. But the nav and stuff all kinds of works. There is an A330 available for Microsoft Flight Simulator. There's a freeware one. I don't know if you're playing on Xbox or what, but there is a free one on PC. Somewhere. I can try and find it for you very quickly. Is it Project Mega Pack? Who's doing it? I've forgotten who's doing it now. I'm just trying to have a little look. Someone might have the answer before me, and they might come up with the answer. I'm still looking. No. Project Mega Pack. Is it you? Yeah. Okay, so Project Mega Pack, they're the guys that have the aircraft, the A330. It also has the A321 available to you for free. I'm just trying to get a link to the Discord for you. Oh, hang on, there's a link here. Now, I believe it uses more or less the A320's dash, but if you want to fly a bigger one, you can. What football team do you support? I'm guessing not Liverpool. No, I'm a Man United fan. So if Liverpool are losing 4-1, I'm pretty damn happy right now. It's just something that flashed. I don't know if it's true. I need to check it out. I'm looking in my Discord server, and I can see Gary's upset. So yeah, they must be losing, which is nice. If any of you are here and you haven't joined my Discord, come join Discord as well. Link in the description down below there. Do come join it. Why the hell not? I think the default A330 will get a custom FMGS. Yeah, look, of course they're gonna sort it out. There is a project currently available. I don't know if any of you know the Zebo 737, but I know that there are people that want to make the A330 as good as that Zebo, but obviously in the Airbus model. So just like, you know, how Fly-by-Wire did the A320 in Microsoft, I believe there is people that want to do the same with that A330, so it wouldn't probably take long. But the built-in replay mode in X-Plane is so good. Microsoft is due to have that. I think they're very behind on their production stuff. Now, I actually use a replay thing, which we get with Virtual Airlines. We get discounts with oh, here we go, we're going over the island now. Being a part of my Virtual Airlines, we have discount codes for a lot of people that sell, you know, add-ons, airports and stuff. And we have a discount code for a replay. I think it costs like $6, $7 for the replay for Microsoft Flight Simulator. But yeah, the replay mode is something that's quite... I don't know why it's Microsoft are finding it so difficult to bring one out, a default one. I don't know. I don't know. Chris Sim, hello. Father Fox, good evening. Yeah, the A330 looked really nice yesterday. Look, there's nothing wrong with the looks of it. It's the bits inside that need a bit of work. And when I say that, really it just needs a custom FMC. The sounds were actually pretty decent. It could do with a little bit of touching up in the texture mod inside the cabin, but I believe there is an issue at the moment currently with the with texturing. Like, the texturing of this is going to change according to FlightFactor. I read somewhere that there is something currently restricting it in the beta, so this is all going to be overhauled as well. This is all going to change once it gets a bit further along the beta stage. But look, I fly both sims. I love both sims for different reasons. So we'll always fly both. We'll always fly both. Like, I did see there were a few YouTubers that were criticising X-Plane 12 yesterday, some bigger YouTubers anyways, and you know, I can't justify criticising the beta. I remember when Microsoft Flight Simulator first came out and we all were kicking ourselves every update, planes not working, game crashing. You know, I've flown this non-stop without a crash yet, which for me in beta is good. There might be bugs, but no game crashing yet. No, touch wood. We want to make this landing today. But in that sense, it's fairly stable. The beta that they brought out in that sense is fairly stable, which is a good sign. But again, this is not a full rebuild of a new simulator. This is obviously X-Plane 11 revamped, where Microsoft Flight Simulator, you gotta remember there was what, nearly 12 years between Flight Simulator X, and they had a big jump. They built a brand new simulator. This is, like a lot of people calling it X-Plane version 2.0. It is a visual upgrade, big visual upgrade from X-Plane. Well, let me have a look at the VATSIM Discord. So let me have a little look very quickly. Let's just see if they've said anything. I just saw them there now. X-Pilot for VATSIM. Announcements. Trying to see if anyone's saying anything about it. I can't see anything in the Discord. The Discord's pretty quiet. So if you want to use VATSIM currently on X-Plane 12, there is a program called Swift, but people are saying it's making my eyes and brains bleed trying to understand how to set it up. Any time frame on the update, I don't really want to go through the Swift install to get VATSIM working. Okay, so who's this Justin guy? Lead developer. So the lead developer of X-Pilot has said later this evening, this afternoon, now he posted that a little while ago, an update will come out to support X-Plane 12. So by tomorrow, by the looks of it, X-Plane 12 will be supported on X-Pilot. By going what I see in the Discord right now. Have to go out there, have you missed anything? No, we took off. That's about as much as you missed. Phoenix A320 versus the FlightFactor, tough one. I love the Phoenix. I think the Phoenix is one of the best. Now the problem with the FlightFactor one is I haven't flown it much until recently. It was always heavy on frames and stuff. Right now, current, obviously Phoenix A320 all day long, but if they get this working how it did on X-Plane 11, it's definitely good competition if they can keep the frames good. Always flying. Hey there, how are you? I'm thinking about upgrading to X-Plane 12. Is it worth it? It's a tough one, okay? And how I would put it to you is very simple. X-Plane 12 currently in the beta has issues, but planes are already coming across. So if you own a lot of planes in X-Plane 11, you're going to be able to fly them very soon, as we've already got the FlightFactor. I believe the 787 or the 767, no, not, yeah, the 767 from FlightFactor is working now as well. The SSG, I've been through it already. All the developers, even Magnite, have said they're going to move their 787 across to this. So if you own aircraft, they're going to be ported very quickly. X-Plane 12 is like having X-Shade, I suppose, X-Enviro, and a couple other graphical enhancements, new flying physics and stuff, which is supposed to be a lot better. So what you'd pay for those add-ons is probably worth it. But remember, it's not a brand new sim. But yeah, I think it's worth it. The more I think about it, I think it is worth the money for what we pay for add-ons these days. I mean, we pay $100 a plane now these days, which is the going rate, you know, nearly minimum. Add-ons are decent add-ons, weather injectors, 30 to 40 euros. So yeah, I'd say it's worth it. And because it has all these things without using add-ons, the performance is better. For people, in my opinion, it would be better than running X-Enviro, and we're getting all this new lighting, the PBR effects. I mean, I'd say it's worth it. Yeah, the frames is the only negative I feel with the Phoenix. The Phoenix is okay. The only thing I don't get with the Phoenix is when I just come into land, it occasionally is a little bit, you know, on the frames. When you just come in, just before you're about to touch down, mine jumps just a tad, which can be a little bit off-putting. Just a little bit. But the Phoenix is brilliant. It's one of the EFB is brilliant for VAT sim. It's very smooth. Yeah, the Phoenix is nice. But look, at 30,000 feet, the ground looks decent. You know, it's not that bad. I mean, we don't really look at the ground too much. As long as, for me, as long as the airport looks good, and as you're coming out a little bit, it looks kind of nice. Like, once we're up here, we don't really care. What we want to see is nice clouds, nice weather. You know, that's what we want to see. Now, we are going into the nighttime, so hopefully it's going to get dark by the time we get across. The frames are okay, but it's like 10-15 less compared to the PMDG. Well, PMDG is probably better optimized, I'd say. Yeah. I have X-Plane 11. I can't move it. The plane I have, the Airbus side stick, it's not moving when X-Plane 12 comes on Steam. Well, I'm using the Thrustmaster setup. The only thing that's not working properly is the throttles. Finding the detents for them is a little bit tricky. But all the controllers are working absolutely fine. When will it come to Steam? Well, actually, X-Plane tweeted yesterday that they reckoned it was going to be on Steam. It's already been applied, but it hasn't been accepted from Steam yet, or Valve, or whoever they are behind the scenes. I know Solutions there was waiting, but he decided to bite the bullet. It's not too bad. I thought it was going to be worse. Basically, every time I turn on X-Plane now, it comes up if it needs an update, which I thought I'd have to manually go find it, because that's why I like Steam. Having everything on Steam, it just updates and does everything for you. But it's actually okay. Their own installer thing is alright. It's not too bad. VGA X-Plane 12, from what I've seen before and now, is pretty much a step up from X-Plane. Yeah, it is a step up. Look, they've brought on the new lightings, the new effects. You know, the ground is looking a bit better. Like, for me, the ground there, you know, at this height isn't that bad. Like, you can see that the mesh isn't too bad. We've got some different heights and stuff. The clouds are looking better. It would have been nice. I'm using real weather tonight. So unfortunately, it's obviously pretty clear skies around Italy and Spain today, as compared to yesterday. But I tell you now, the rain effects on this are super hot, super hot. At the end of this flight, we'll put on a rain, and I'll show you the effects of the rain on the runway with a small plane. Like, you can't beat it. It is super, super nice. So it looks like that sim's going to be available from tomorrow. So that's something, right? Nah, it doesn't look like Microsoft. Microsoft is a lot clearer. Like, one thing X-Plane's always had is like this haze, which I think is kind of realistic in the real world. We do have a lot of haze once you're up at this kind of height. Like I said, it's a completely different kettle of fish. Now, if you have Microsoft Flight Simulator and you don't have good internet and stuff like that, the default scenery in the floor looks terrible, in my opinion. If you have good rolling cache, if your internet's fast enough to have good rolling cache, then, you know, Microsoft Flight Simulator can be superb visually. But again, they're two different things completely. I mean, remember how long it took to have contrails on Microsoft Flight Simulator? How long did we wait just for a contrail? These ones are working quite nice. That actually looks pretty nice from where that currently stands. Does Ortho work? People did say on the Flight Sim P3D. Yeah, I heard that P3D version 6 is coming. Orthos are working. There's been a lot of people I was reading in forums today have said that Orthos, they've just literally set up a shortcut from the xplane 11 Ortho folder, and it's worked completely from the beginning. So that is another thing. You know, if I need additional 40GB for model matching to work in xplane, or can I use the same? What do you mean for? It's going to be the same by the looks of it. You could probably shortcut your folder. Now, the full download of this was, so when you buy xplane 12, it gives you the world map, and you can click on all the continents that you want the extra scenery on. That's slightly better, obviously the ground textures and meshes and stuff. Now, I only did Europe because we're testing. I'm probably only going to fly in Europe. But you can download pretty much the whole world, and I think it was something like 70GB. Currently mine's sitting at about 38GB, I think, which ain't bad. I must say, for early access release, a pretty significant update X-Plane. I'm pretty happy. Some visual artifacts, but those to be expected. Performance seems better, except for clouds. Yeah, the clouds are quite pixelated. Now, I've been told if you put your graphic settings on medium for the clouds look a lot better. I don't really want to cause problems now. I should have done it before, but if you change your cloud settings to medium, apparently the pixelation drops a lot and it looks a lot better. But it's stable. You know, that's the main thing. It's stable for me. Remember when we got Microsoft come out and we sat there and we went through crash after crash after crash, losing streams. Like right now, as it stands with no add-ons and stuff, it's working pretty nice. Better Pushback is working with xplane 12 as well, guys, so make sure you add that I haven't added yet, because the Pushback is a little bit funky. So yeah. Adrian Martinez, are you come to join us? You are. You're just leaving now in the A320 as well. Perfect. No, that's me. What are you in? You're in the A321. Buzz has actually just landed. He's now taxiing. He's at Stansted. Adrian's with me. Adrian's just on Pushback now. Martin D is halfway through his flight, and I'm just a little bit behind. Not far behind, but a little bit behind. We're doing alright. We're doing alright. Right, you know what we will do, because I haven't done that actually yet, is let's just finish our flight plan. Check GW. I don't even know what GW is. Okay. So we're going to arrive at Valencia. We're coming in on runway 30. Y. Friggin' hell. I'm assuming one of these is going to be an ILS, right? I'm not see yeah, that's Y and Z. There is runway 30 just down there. Okay, well, we'll just go with this. No idea what's going to happen. And we are coming in on the Argo 3 Echo. That is not here. So we'll come in on the Argo 2 Echo then. No transition. Is this my weight or something? No idea. Okay. Ryan, he's going to come back joining us. Nice. I hope you do. Anyone that wants to come fly with us, simplyconnectva.com. I have pinned a link there if any of you want to come fly on a virtual airlines. It'd be great to get some more pilots up and flying. Need the meter. Has anyone got the meter for this airport yet? No, that's EDDM. LEVC. Why's my bot not working? Oh, bugger. We'll have a look at that all in a second. How about the Zebo and X-Plane 12? I have seen some pictures today on the Facebook X-Plane forum where people said that the Zebo was working well. I haven't tried personally, but apparently it is working well. So maybe it's something you can try. Did a flight to Boston on VATSIM. It was so busy. Yeah, it's nice to see that you're on VATSIM, Adrian. It's really good to see that you've come across the VATSIM. You put in quite a few hours as well, I've noticed. Oh, I think the check GW is a bug. Had it also in the tow list. Okay, that's fine. Obviously it doesn't like something, does it? My meter bot's not working, so I don't know what the meter is. I'm gonna have to go find out online. I believe the Q8 was flying the Zebo earlier. Was it Zebo who was flying? Yeah, I did see a stream thing pop up. Was it the Zebo? Anyways, I do believe the Zebo is working. People were saying the Zebo was working, so... yeah, maybe... I think it's probably more of a bug. Yeah, because of everything else was set up correctly. I'd say the flight physics... because if we go to the flight factor, I'll tell you what the flight factor did to this aircraft for this. Shall we just have a little look while we are here, because we are flying a FlightFactor A320. Where's their Discord? There it is. Just trying to build it up here. Okay, so the 757 had a big update. The 767 had a big update. Have a look. Can't find it now. I was reading it earlier. Okay, so the improvements are DIR to A beam function, rudder trim, bindings for hardware fixes, restored browser tab for Cockpit EFB, fixed ground control, on light behavior, fixed ILS, not capturing on some airports. Okay, that's good to know. I'm glad I read that. Yeah, I can't see anything else. I was just looking there. Can't see nothing else. I think xplane 12 really needed multiplayer as well. It does have multiplayer. There are servers available, isn't there? I thought. Maybe I was reading something else. I can't believe I filed 6 months ago solo single player before I found VATSIM. Can't go back there after that. I tell you now, VATSIM's a lot nicer than real life ATC. One thing about my training I've hated is I cannot understand a word people are saying on the radios. Especially when you're in different countries. Oh my god. Rock GB store, nice. Yeah, it's working really nice. Looks too static at high altitude. There is no wind. Yeah, we got a big headwind at the moment. The plane was rocking around earlier. It does seem a bit static now. You are right. Extra, what do I like about the new X-Plane? The weather. And the texturing and stuff like that. For sure. At the end of this flight, we'll load in another plane and show people the weather that haven't seen it. The puddles with the ripples and just even the rain effects in the cockpit are beautiful. Jez Phillips just subscribed. Thank you, mate. Much appreciated. You're a real pilot. I'm a real pilot doing my PPL. So I fly smaller aircraft, which I've been doing. Well, I've been learning for the last year. How much does a PPL cost now? It depends. Okay, the reason why I say it depends, it just depends how quick you grasp things. The exams, the air law exam's quite easy. The meteorology exam, pretty tough. There's 5 exams you sit. The meteorology is definitely the worst one. It just depends how good you are. If you can knuckle down and read books and stuff, kind of thing. There we go. We are moving. You can see the clouds moving now. It's just things like the landing. There's a specific way to land. Compared to like simulators, before I start flying in real life, once they flare, you'd be pushing your nose down. In real life, you don't do that because you probably snap your nose wheel. Like, you just pull back on the stick and you just leave it until the plane just naturally lands on the front wheel, and doesn't matter how long it takes. One thing in real life as well is floating is fine compared to simulators. We get stitched up for floating. It just depends. It depends if you did it in your minimum hours. Okay, so if you were to do minimum hours, which is about 40 hours of flying between solo instruction and your navigation, you could probably do it for about £4,500. If you were to be bang on with everything. Now that's your exams included, because the final exam costs like 600, 700 quid or something like that. So it's about that. Now, depending if you need more hours or not. Now, if you can say fly often, if you can do like even an hour a week, you have more chance of doing it in the minimum hours. If you do one flight and don't fly for 6 months or 3 months or 2 months, it's too long. Your body, you need to be constantly doing it and practicing, and that's the worst thing. One of my closest friends is an FO at SAS, flies the 320 last year. I sat in the jumpsuit with him. Oh, nice. That's so cool. I remember back in the day where we were allowed to go see the cockpit and go while we were up in the air and stuff. Can't do that anymore, unfortunately. Okay, so we'll be heading over Palma very soon. We'll be straight into Valencia. So yeah, it just depends, Ryan. Just depends. But compared to how much you paid just for your little setup there, it's probably very cheap for you. I'm a big floater, always float, but get a nice FPM. Real life floating is good, put it that way, because otherwise you slam into that ground. It is a bit weird, and compared to real life, it's really different compared to the sim. My opinion, anyways. The aircraft is wobbling a little bit now. So I haven't put the Multivia mod in, which gives you a lot more wing flex and stuff, because I didn't know how it was going to work with xplane 12. I didn't want to test it on stream. But normally for the A320 we have the Multivia mod where we can change the cockpit colours. We get a lot more wing flexes and stuff. Gabrielle just subscribed, thank you mate, much appreciated. They scared me a bit, the small aircraft. You have more chance of dying in your car than flying a small plane. Now I must admit, the first time I got up in one of those small planes and all you can smell is the fuel and, you know, a little gust of wind, or, you know, if you get just a little break in the weather and it pushes the plane up and down, it is a bit scary at first, but I'd say once you get kind of like an hour sitting there on the controls, you get very used to it very quickly. And they're quite stable. Like when you get thermos, the worst thing is thermos, because it kind of lifts up the plane and it drops and you think you're going to fall out of the sky, and what you tend to do is over control the aircraft. But it's, you know, the way my instructor taught us to get over that is no hands flying, where basically once you got the plane trimmed and you're level flying, you fly with the rudder only. So once you get in thermals and you get wind and it's pushing you all over the place and up and down, but you're only controlling the plane with the rudder and you don't touch the controls, he shouts at you. You get very used to it very quickly and you understand that the plane won't kill you. But yeah, those small aircraft are a bit, at first, a little bit scary, I must admit. Especially when you, like, I remember the first time I took off and it literally, he went up, literally, it felt like he was going like this. And, you know, it was pretty scary. Even the landings are quite fast. You come in quite fast even with the small planes. You know, you got to keep good 65, 60 knots as you come in. Yeah, it's a weird one. It is literally a lawnmower engine in the front, yeah. Some of them, you know, 2-stroke, 4-stroke, and some of them smaller ones as well, the real small ones. To be honest with you, look, like you learn, your instructor, you'll be at, say, 2,500 feet, and he'll turn off the engine. Well, not turn it off, it just takes the throttle off. Emergency landings, okay, you put the plane straight away into nose down, best glide. You know that you learn the calculations of the planes you're flying. So say your best glide is 60 knots, 65 knots, or whatever it is, nose down. That plane will stay up in the air for a good 2 or 3 minutes, maybe even longer. And what you do in your exam is you got to look for a field that you can land it in. And what you do, you know, you can side slip if you need to come down really quickly, lose altitude fast, and you just pick a field. And trust me, you can get down safely so quickly and easily. Again, I didn't think, you know, once you first start, it's scary. But once you start going through those training techniques of what you have to learn for your exams and stuff, and you do emergency landings and stuff, that engine cuts out, you're not really going to die. Not really, unless you just panic and freeze and do nothing. If you do something, you will live, without a doubt. Like I said, what a lot of people start doing is panicking, looking for fields. You know, first thing you do, nose down, you get your plane into best glide. It could glide for quite a few nautical miles before going down. The descent rate is very slow, and you'll glide. And, you know, you can come in. There are techniques that you're learning, like side slipping is good for that kind of thing. If you're still too high but you want to really get into that field, side slipping, where you basically turn the aircraft sideways, so you know, avion one way, rudder the other way, and the plane just comes in pretty quick, loses lots of altitude but keeps a slow pace. These kind of techniques that you learn, and you'll feel safer once you learn them. Same for me, the hardest lesson was stalls. First time stalling an aircraft and recovering, I nearly killed myself putting myself into a spin, because your reaction is to just put that nose really fast down and, you know, build altitude, and it's kind of scary. But most planes actually will stall recover themselves. You'll find, like, if you go up and you stall your aircraft, it'll probably lose a couple hundred feet, but it'll come back into a pretty stable glide. Like, they will recover themselves if you just took your hand off the stick. Now, depending on how it stalls, if it starts stalling, say with the wing down, if you use as you stall, you got a rudder into it, and it keeps up the speed. All these kind of things. Yeah, power on stalls are scary. Yeah, stalling is not something that I enjoyed. Stalling was probably the hardest part of it for me. especially the first few times. Did I shit my pants? Yes. And as John has just put there, it is even after getting it. But the thing is, even when you get your license, I think a lot of people, and even my instructor says, a lot of people, they don't practice these things themselves. Like you could be in the air and, you know, you don't just cut off your engine and, well, don't cut it off obviously, but you just take off the throttle and pretend you're in a situation of emergency landing. Like, could I land this? Maybe go around and try and bring it in. You know, same with stalls. You should probably practice them every couple of times you go up, because if you don't practice them, when it happens, you'll just naturally forget what to do. And yeah, those are probably the worst parts. Stalling for me in the small aircraft was probably the worst part for sure that I can really remember. Yeah, it's pretty scary. But again, like I said, the plane will pretty much recover itself. So if you are scared of the small planes, like I said, trust me, the chances are you're more likely to probably be in a car accident on your way to your flying lesson than actually having a problem in the flying lesson. Yeah, it seems stupid, doesn't it? Stalling on purpose. You think, geez, why are you doing this? Just to try and kill yourself? Yeah, it's one of those things you just got to learn, and it is pretty simple. Like I said, once you kind of get used to it, you're pretty okay with it all. Storm, hello, how you doing? How's things? How's it going in Oz? Oh, sorry, New Zealand, isn't it? Not Oz. I think the other thing that scares people a lot is the ATC talking, even if you fly on VATSIM. Now, VATSIM is a good tool to practice with, but the real-life radio is terrible. Well, planes are live floating anyways. Like, it's quite hard, even with like the simple readbacks. You know, I'm on the ground and I could be just looking for, you know, the Q&As and all this kind of whatever, and I have no idea what the guy said to me. What I tend to do is sit in the plane for a little while, especially if there's other people, and I try and listen a few times to others so I can actually hear what he says. So I've already taken note, because that's another thing that's a little bit is, especially when you're flying into airports with no ATC, and you might have people just coming in, and you know, they're just, you know, we're on 3 mile final, but you know, you see them and their final is starting, like everybody's final is different. Like I could be coming in on final and so are they, but like it can be completely different to everybody. They don't, you know, it's the smaller airports and stuff are a bit weird. X-Plane 12 so far, I'm enjoying it. Look, it's really stable. We're in the A320. It looks nicer. We'll see how this landing goes. I'm enjoying it. For now, anyways. I think most people in the Discord as well that picked it up are fairly happy. Shall we go look on the X-Plane forum and see what people are saying? people who have been using the X-plane since like 9, 10 are definitely happy. I was with 11, 12 would be a lot better. Yeah, look, it's going to improve. There's no doubt that this will improve, but so far already, you know, you can tell there's definitely differences with the lighting, the performance. Sometimes, you know, OpenGL and Vulkan could be a bit iffy, even though X-plane have been out a long time. You can see the difference in a lot of areas. You can see where they put in improvements, and like I kind of put it to a lot of people, any of us that have used add-ons like xEnviro and stuff, which is very expensive, this is like now people having it with xEnviro, and you know, some people are moaning about the price. You know, it's a going rate. It's the going rate. Oh, the FlightFactor is in beta already released. Yes, you do have to pay a $20 upgrade, unfortunately, on the org store. So basically, what you need to do on the org store, it says $999. You go to your A320 and you have a code from the last one where you purchased it, and that code you put in and you pick it up for 20 quid. Yeah. When are we going to start seeing airports like Orbix and stuff? Well, there's actually been a lot of scenery that came out on 11. The last kind of batch of airports and stuff were nearly X-plane 12 ready with new PBR effects and stuff, like the new Dublin and that from oh my god, why can't I remember anyone's name? From Boundless, I think is already X-plane 12 ready very quickly. So the difference here, like, we're going to have all our planes by the end of next week nearly. A lot of our planes that a lot of us have brought and we love on X-plane 11 are going to be X-plane 12 ready. And I think that gives us a huge difference in this beta, that we're going to have a lot of other aircraft. Chris Scott, hello. That livery is very interesting. Yeah, Simply Connect, this is our classic livery. So we do have a standard livery, but I thought we'd get something a bit different for the pilots for a couple of aircraft. So this is our classic. It kind of looks like the model one, really. And that doesn't line up very well at all. Something to look at. The FlightFactor's always been a bit weird to paint. Sometimes it has like white spots in different areas. I don't know why. Maybe we blame the painter. Jacob Dawson, hello. Just launched 12. Already a new update via the installer. Yep. I installed it just before the stream. It was 66 megabytes. I don't know what we got. I didn't see any patch notes or anything. So I say there's just a few little bugs there that they fixed up, I'm going to assume. The ERJ patch is out, so I'm trying to fly that. Oh. I'm going to have a look at that myself. Imran's Manchester United fan, good man. Yep, I'll be watching Man United tomorrow instead of flying. And then we have a bus event on Omsi on Friday, as usual. An old Soviet livery, yeah, a little bit. It's definitely like, it's kind of what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to feel like a classic. Yeah, retro classic. Kind of the same thing, right? Where are we at? We're not too far away now from top of descent, I suppose. Flight is going very well. Nothing in here has gone drastically wrong. I haven't filled in my approach crap though. I was in the middle of getting the meter, but it didn't happen for some reason. John, there honestly needs to be more Premier League liveries events on the sim. Well, actually, it's quite interesting. I can show you some of my other liveries that we've made. I've got an American football one for the FlightFactor A320 for Kansas Chiefs. I have a Manchester United one for the MD-80. I can't show you on this sim because I think the MD-80 is going to... I don't know how they're going to port the MD-80 across. Dylan just subscribed. Thank you, mate. Much appreciated. Studio Polygon, hello. How are you? I see you've been teasing me today, and you're not talking to me anymore, I've noticed. So I'm assuming we're not friends anymore. Jacob went to college today and called BCA. The bus hit the car today. The bus hit the car today. There's been quite a few little bus incidents. There was a kid in Dublin today who stole a Dublin double-decker bus and drove it around for half an hour. Nobody even noticed, and he handed himself in, which is very interesting, I suppose, for Dublin. John, you should come fly with us. Come join Discord, mate. Come fly Simply Connect. We make all kinds of liveries. I've got a guy that's very good at painting planes, and he does all the liveries for me. What do you mean? Well, I still see that I've got no renown. I'm still waiting. And yeah, and you're ignoring my DMs. I'm only messing with you. Oh, here we go. Everyone's gonna be asking, how's the B10? Yeah, we've got no B10. We're not favourable. My channel's too small. You live in the UK, nice. Yeah, John, why not? It's always nice to have some more pilots involved. Even if you don't want to fly with us, it's not a bad place to be. And if you want any liveries made, my guy is pretty good. Like I said, he'll do them for me. If you have a preferred team. No, don't tell me it's going to be with me within the hour. I don't want to hear that. I want it. Don't release it till Friday, because then we have an event. Tomorrow's Man United, and I'll have to stream tomorrow. You'll break my life. X-Plane 12 is it better than X-Plane 11? I can't hardly know the difference. If you can't see the difference, you haven't played X-Plane 11 very much. There is the difference. Is it drastically huge? No. You know. Actually, that's what we were doing. Sorry, we were looking at the Facebook group. Oh no, I just found out there was an airplane I was trying to buy in the UK, and it's already sold. It's only been up for sale for bloody a day. Okay, so look, let's have a look at the X-Plane forums, because these are quite funny. Everyone's putting comparisons and stuff up, and okay. This ain't the next step in X-Plane trilogy. Definitely X-Plane 11.60, £20 at best, even if this is pre-alpha. I mean, they're getting some friggin' stick. I mean, this person's posted like 20 times. Now that the war is on, people seem to take this whole competition a bit too serious. I think it's time to put facts, opinions, and untruths to the table. Okay, let's read this one. This might be interesting. Both sims are excellent. Both are sims, not only X-Plane. Microsoft Flight Simulator is not GTA 5 or a scenery simulator. X-Plane 12 is not a puddle simulator. Microsoft has way better graphics, and the big thing, an overall immersive flight sim experience. Okay, interesting. X-Plane has better flight dynamics and is the big thing to the overall immersiveness of the flight experience. X-Plane has better flight dynamics, but the difference to Microsoft is not big. On normal situations, the difference is next to none. On abnormal situations, the difference is more noticeable. This is according to professionals. Okay. X-Plane has the FAA certification, so it's a better sim. True or false? The certification does make a sim magically better than the others. Normal home sim version of X-Plane hasn't got any certifications. You need to buy the license to unlock the FAA approved features. You also need a certified hardware to be able to use it as certified simulator. Software only does not do the trick. By the way, P3D also has this certification. No, it doesn't prove your sim or opinion is more valid or better if you lie being a real world pilot. The only thing it proves is that you're an idiot with low self-esteem and low abilities to have normal conversations. No, the person who doesn't like your favourite sim is not stupid, drunk, or on drugs, mentally disabled, doesn't need to go home or leave the group. If someone doesn't like your favourite sim, it does make your sim magically worse. Stop acting as it would just enjoy your favourite sims. Jesus Christ. Finally, these sims are not your mum. If someone criticises your favourite sim, it's not a personal insult to you or your mum, so stop acting like it. Don't take things personally. They're computer softwares. These are quite good. Imran, you become a member again, nice. Sydney, big difference in physics and scenery. Like just reading what some people are saying in the X-Plane official Facebook group at the moment. I am reading everything. Well, you said end of the month. This is true. Big difference in physics, I read that one. X-Plane 11 is flawless, we'll stick it for a while. Yeah, and then some people will prefer it, for sure. We're just coming over Palmer now, if anyone is wondering. My camera's gone a bit funky. 11 months a member. Thank you, mate. Members always welcome. Tuchel didn't even get as much of a negative review as X-Plane 12. Yeah. People have been going crazy about the Tuchel sacking today, hey. I can understand why. I mean, look at Klopp. Is Klopp still losing? Hang on, let me just have a look at the sports section here in the Discord, because there's a lot of Liverpool fans all of a sudden. Well, it was a good game. Napoli are the team to watch. So Napoli beat them 4-1. And Klopp's still not getting sacked. And he's had a big bad run of form. Tuchel just spent a fortune and hasn't had a lot of chance to play, has he? Just Jace, bet he's playing it now. Probably. Okay, let's read what else we got here. The flight model and physics are nothing special, and it's hilarious to see how defensive people get in this group when we bring it up. The model is not realistic, and it will never be anything close to real-world flight dynamics. If I can perform a role in the 737 on takeoff like Maverick from Top Gun, it's a toy of a game. Some of these are great. X-Plane 12 is unfortunately a big disappointment. I've been flying X-Plane 11 for years, and unfortunately X-Plane 12 is just an X-Plane 11.6. Completely outdated graphics engine. The default planes are definitely no better than the default of Flight Simulator. Well, that's true. All default planes are terrible anyways. On the contrary, I prefer to fly the default Cessna in the Microsoft Flight Simulator. It feels more real. Unfortunately, X-Plane 12 is technically a completely outdated product, and the moment Microsoft is the better complete package, and there is enough sophisticated aircraft there now. Goodbye X-Plane. Hopefully X-Plane 13 will come with a completely new engine. He never wanted to bring a new engine in, and people keep forgetting. Like I said at the beginning, Microsoft is a billion-dollar company compared to this guy. Like, you can't compare them. And even to X-Plane 11, if we were to buy an add-on like even to buy X-Shade from Aerosoft store, 20 quid, you know, next add-on we're going to buy is, you know, something for the weather. Even the cheapest weather add-on is 30 quid. That's your 50 quid already. So the add-ons you're using for your X-Plane 11 are already here now in a complete package in some respects, and better lighting. I think the lighting is better. I find sometimes Microsoft Flight Simulator is too bright. That is probably my biggest thing about Microsoft Flight Simulator, is the brightness. Everything just feels really bright, you know? The A330 is not great. Work in progress, we'll say. Let's see what else people are saying. Some people are asking how to update X-Plane 11, which is weird. I think the thing that annoys me is that person there, he says he's flown X-Plane for 11 years. Well, then he should really understand what this was all about. Austin said himself in streams that they weren't sure whether to bring this as an update or a new package. Now, one thing X-Plane has done is not made money in a long time, in fact, of selling their product, shall we say. Either way, there was always going to be a price on either it being an upgrade or bringing a new sim, and they decided to call it X-Plane 12. If we were to have the upgrade, we would have paid the same price. You know what I mean? Yeah, and Vulcan is working lovely now. Vulcan on X-Plane 11 sometimes is a bag of poo. My god, yeah, I'm a pool fan, but Fenway Sports Group just signed Kloppy for a bit longer term. I don't know what Chelsea are doing. I think they made a big mistake. Who are they going to go for? And the thing that, you know, I know the Brighton guy's doing well at the moment, but it is a bit of a shocker to me that that's the guy that they want. Okay, so the clouds are a bit pixelated at the moment. They are going to improve apparently. We are going into a bit more thicker stuff now, which is nice. Here we go, here's another one. So I tried the new X-Plane 12 and I'm triggered. First of all, they said it's going to be an early access and it would have bugs and unfinished features, and it has. It supported version 11 for how long? 5 years. Okay, someone's actually saying something nice here. Oh no, hang on, no they're not. Do you understand? Just 5 years of free updates, and how many did they release? Just 23. 23, why not 30? It's a better number, and like round numbers, shame on you. And how dare you demand 60 bucks again after, of course, nobody is forcing me to buy it. But what triggers me the most is I can fly other sims, I can even go and ride a bicycle if I want, or feed my chickens, but I chose to write it here, so you're warned. What the frig is wrong with some people? I think they're mental. V1 just ranted on... See, this is what surprised me. I'm surprised people like V1 are shitting on it. V1 just ranted on X-Plane 12 on the stream, and I have to agree with him. It looks so bad. They really have done some hard work before its official release. Oh, they need to do some hard work before the official release. It's going to be a long beta, I presume. I really hope they have some aces up their sleeves. At this point, X-Plane 12 is not even close to being a real competitor for Microsoft Flight Simulator. See, this is the problem. everybody here wants to be a competitor. Like, I fly both sims. I love both sims. Happy days. Maybe I'm just going to get the best of both worlds compared to some of these people. Okay, let's rein you in a little bit. We're not far from top of descent now, guys. Oh, blows my mind. I'm a Napoli fan and I live in the Naples. Greetings from Italy. Gabriel, hello. So good result for you tonight, eh? I'm a Man United fan, so seeing Liverpool lose, I'm okay with. Just trying to see if there was anything else a little bit more interesting. I lost the group. Hang on, shall we go into a Microsoft Flight Simulator group and see what they're saying recently? Because I'm pretty sure they're all going to be pooing all over it. Let's have a look. It must be in a group here somewhere. Now I can't remember how you look at these groups. No idea. This is what I like to see. Look at that. That is a beautiful image. Look at him. He's had that face on now since God knows, since pre-season when we beat you, I think. I fly and love both xplane and Microsoft. Yeah, both are great. The only problem with having both is obviously once you start wanting airports and add-ons, it starts to get very expensive very quickly. Now unfortunately here on this channel I fly a couple of times a week, but I play a lot of other simulators, I play a lot of other games. This channel is a fun channel for me. You know, I don't chase views, I don't do any of that kind of stuff, so I don't get products that often with the flight stuff, not airports and things. So yeah, the only problem with having both is, you know, you need the airports. They got us hooked. Doesn't matter which one you fly, it costs us a fortune. People should realize sims are like teams. You can get promoted or relegated, and if you dump a ton of money into them, you look good, perform better. Well, I don't think performance of Microsoft Flight Sim is that great. I mean, it's got better, but think about the early days. Like if we go back to when it came out on beta, because that's what it was, even though they said it as a full release or whatever they called it. It was a beta. We were beta testers for the first 2 years nearly of Microsoft Flight Simulator. Okay, I don't have any of my charts. Shit, hang on. We should probably have a quick look here at what I'm actually flying into. Assuming that we're going to have an ILS into runway 30. 2,200. We're not far from this top of descent now. Yeah, look, in some ways, you know, if I wasn't a streamer and the fact that, like, you know, there's a lot of new people come in like today and yesterday, I probably would have hung on a little bit longer myself just to, you know, just for a couple of updates. It's like the GSX ground handling for Microsoft Flight Simulator. It looked awesome. I didn't get it because there were so many issues at the beginning, and I started seeing people stream and people were talking, and now I've just hold on and wait. A lot of the aircraft aren't compatible, all this other kind of nonsense. So the GSX for Microsoft looks brilliant, and I will get it. but not yet. You know, I give it a couple of updates, and I would have done the same thing personally probably with xplane 12. Still has a beta, I think, sometimes depending on the update patch quality, and that's it. It depends how frequent, you know. Yeah, there's a lot of variables, and unfortunately it's the future, and these variables we don't know the answer to yet. That's the hardest bit. You know, we might see frequent updates every kind of month or maybe sooner, and things might really develop really quickly. You know, these cloud pixelations are going to sort out, and bits and pieces. You know, we don't know. We could be waiting 6 months now until the next update. We don't know. Now, obviously, they will not want to keep us hanging because they're getting shat on everywhere I look. xplane 12 is really getting a hammering. So I'm assuming they are going to probably want to kick on pretty quickly, I'd imagine. The Beluga. Yeah, we'll fly the Beluga soon. I successfully used GSX Pro with the PMDG 737. Well, that's good. So now, see, now it's starting to work. It gives me more interest, I must admit. What GSX was using it in a stream and it stopped working on me. Well, that just sounds like my streams in general. Okay, so we need to get down to our height. There we go. Top of descent. Let's see how this all manages itself. I was actually hoping it was going to be later in the night when we landed. I've obviously messed this one up a little bit, didn't I? Yeah, GSX Pro. It's huge. It looks really good. Okay, let's have a look. Who's flying on the Adrian? How far are you? 200 miles in now. You're not far off, mate. You're not far behind us. You're just going over the first islands there. You're doing all right. Welcome N52MC to the Discord. Okay, actually, you know what? I haven't even filled out any of this crap. I actually don't know what the Q&H is. Oh, hang on. You're not happy with that. We're just going to kind of randomize this stuff at the minute. Just check GW is friggin' annoying. 210 at 05. One 1010, 11010, course of 296, 296. Okay. We'll see how the plane handles itself as we head down. Oh, 1012 is it? I was just putting the basic standard pressure in because I didn't know. Okay, we'll change that then. It was very lazy of myself. You're flying the Fenix, so you get everything for you. What am I doing? Wasn't far off. Adrian, you're top of climb. Huh? Oh, okay, yeah, top of climb. Sorry, you just gone over Sardinia. Microsoft, every update is huge. I don't mind about big updates. What gets me the most is when every aircraft that you own breaks and you have to wait for everybody to update everything. It's not so bad now. They seem to be a lot more on top of it. It's definitely a lot more stable. So the aircraft don't break as much. But when we had no jets in Microsoft and we only had the fly-by-wire, and every update, it just used to be such a hassle. It's not so bad now. That's why I like flying things like the PMDG and the Fenix, is because they have their own updaters and stuff, and it's a lot simpler, and you know, it doesn't update every day. That's the thing that does my nutting about the Zebo. It updates every bloody day nearly, you know. They're the things that drive me insane. I prefer aircraft that update less frequently, that is for sure. ERJ's working well. Nice. It's good to hear. The Beluga. I don't know. We'll definitely fly the Beluga next week, alright? We'll pick a flight. We'll do an X-Plane 11 flight, and we'll fly the Beluga. One thing that really disappointed me for X-Plane 12 is that Any Builds has stopped development, and obviously they're getting a lot of money with Microsoft Flight Simulator. But the A310 and the Beluga are two of my favorite planes in X-Plane 11, and the fact that they're not going to get ported across, I think is real poo. But you know, flight level 370. I was at 3.3 for a while there. Just saw Train Sim 3 got released yesterday. Anyone tried it yet? I didn't get a key from Dovetail. Maybe they don't like me anymore. They used to. I've seen there's a few little niggles and issues, but majority of people are happy. Bluefin 234. Okay, so what you need to do, you need to go into your org store. You need to go. Hang on, I have to do it myself to friggin' work it out. And I just logged out. What a fucking idiot. So you go into your account. So you go to my account, scroll down to your orders, and I don't know how long ago you ordered it. For me, it was quite a while ago. You need to go into your orders, and you need to find your order where you bought the FlightFactor A320. And if you scroll down and click here to download, click it, and then all of a sudden you're going to see important A320 Ultimate. Tech support for A320 will only really be done in this forum, blah blah blah. The coupon code for the A320, and it shows you your coupon. So when you buy it, you just put in that, and it will give it you for $20. So go to your orders, find your order from whenever you bought your A320. It might be at the top, might be at the bottom, depends. I don't know how much stuff you buy. And click on it, click to download it, and you'll see your code. I don't know if everyone has the same code or what. Glenn B's off to Duxford on Sunday for work. Battle of Britain Air Show. We'll be watching a lot of Spitfires all day. Oh, that sounds good. Matsumoto. Yeah, that's it. I'm actually not doing any more XP updates. Sounds like they won't confirm it. Would it make sense given how much work they've done towards the A380 and X? No, they've said that there'll be no support for any of their products for X-Plane 12. No support. They are 100% ASBOs. Obviously, we all know the A310's coming free, so they say it's coming free. I'm assuming it's still coming free for Microsoft Flight Simulator in September, October time, isn't it? Whenever, no, maybe it's November for their celebration. But yeah, they will not update any of the aircraft for X-Plane 12. So the Beluga, I'm only hoping that maybe somebody ports them for us, but yeah, I don't know. They did say they were giving up on it. Is the update worth it any good? We've been through it quite a lot on the stream. It depends on you as a person. I think so. I think it's worth it, and it's stable, it's running well, even though I don't see the land. But it's all pretty good. I think so. Lighting's nice. The A320 for FlightFactor is now working nicely. So we've got something decent to fly other than that A330. Yeah, I think so. I think if you own X-Plane 11 and you have some aircraft maybe already as well, it makes a huge difference. So there are a few factors, I suppose, maybe. If you don't own X-Plane 11 and you just think about picking this up, the default aircraft at the moment, not amazing, but you know, I've had worse. I swear there was more light in this thing. Why is it so dark? And where can I get the TOLIS upgrade? I didn't find a coupe. Okay, so TOLIS haven't released their updates yet for the A319 and the A321. I think I read that they're hoping within the week, is what I read. So within the week they're hoping. The depends on the tow list. If you're talking about the A340, no, you just need to re-download it. But the A319 and the A321, they're hoping to have within the week, I believe. Bluefin, you know if xPilot connects with xplane 12 yet? There's been an update or no? Read that out earlier as well. So I was reading the Discord for xPilot, and they reckon by this evening, in whatever time they're working in, there was going to be an update. So hopefully by tomorrow, we can go back on VATSIM. Top panel. Well, this doesn't seem to be lighting up any more than it already is. This panel is already lit up. There's only the dome. That's the light at the moment. Then you've only got these. I mean, I can turn up the eCams, but that's just the screens. It's not really going to do much. So yeah, hopefully we can all get back on VATSIM tomorrow. Do I use Valencia? I tend not to because I use the virtual airlines. Now a lot of people that fly on the virtual airlines use Valencia because the virtual airlines basically it keeps track of pretty much all the bits that I need it to do. You know, so if we go, where's my name? I mean, it tracks pretty much everything I need it to track. So for me, I just use this, tracking who's flying with us and doing what. Here's some of our sponsors. Got AD Simulations, Field Air. Field Air is one of the bigger ones. South Oak, V-Flight, Exos. And lots of other bits and pieces here. The Fleet Center needs a bit of work. I haven't got pictures for everything yet. Still a work in progress. We pretty much have every plane available that you want to fly. It's not really a problem. Oh yeah, I have a picture of the Man United livery here somewhere, I think. Here it is. So look, he makes liveries like this. So there's the Man United one he did for me last year. Valencia gives you the VATSIM coverage. Yeah, I just have SimAware up in the background when I'm flying on VATSIM. But yeah, it probably would be easier if I just used it. My problem is that there's always so much crap to set up. Does my nutting. But yeah, if you want a Liverpool one done, I'll get you one done, mate. No problem. You give me some of the pictures or the people that you want on the front. I think Ronaldo just come back to United at that time. Alrighty, we need to start setting ourselves up here. Okay, it's already auto tracking. We're not under 10,000 feet yet. I mean, the sun may be a little bit iffy, I think. Okay. My cameras have died now. I mean, yeah, it looks like there's nothing on the ground here now. Weird. Storm, can't wait for the Q400 or the ATR 72 and Microsoft. Yeah, I agree. The Q400, they reckon the X-Plane version is going to port over hopefully this week as well. I love the Dash. One of my favorite aircrafts to make me crash out of the sky. Use SimToolkit Pro because it had Navigraph integrated. Yeah, most planes generally have Navigraph integration these days, which is nice as well. Like I said, for me, having the VA for me is just enough these days. Some people use it for other different bits. Like I said, I just kind of have my way of setting up for the streams, and I've just left it since. But I've got quite a few screens. I've got, you know, Navigraph on one screen. I'm not just working off one screen, which is nice, so I don't know, does that make a difference or not? I think everybody used to use Toolkit Pro, didn't they? Just picked up the Mammoth XCODR for X-Plane 12 and definitely going to be flying the Dash 8 for some Horizon routes. Dash 8, one of my favourites. I love the Dash 8. I think it looks great in our livery too. Oh, hang on. Where is it? I do love the Dash. The Dash is a lovely aircraft. I like the CRJ as well. Hopefully the CRJ is going to port over. Phenom, well, Aerobasque have already said that their stuff's all going to port over. Fortunately, the Beluga won't. There's our Ukraine livery. Yeah, the Dash is definitely one of my favorites. Yeah, most things with propellers are not my friends, you are correct. The best one was that time when we took off and it had engine failure, and I had a real Dash pilot with us. He was absolutely no help apart from laughing at me. And we tried to land it on one engine, and then I cut the other engine by accident, and then I crashed into some building. Yeah, it was good. XCODR for X-Plane 12. Is that on the store? We'll look at the homepage. V Skylabs released their Mule 235B. I hate tail draggers. If it wasn't a tail, I mean, it has got the sea legs as well, I suppose. The SA315B Llama helicopter. I'm not very good at flying helicopters, but it's already got its first helicopter out as well. Bloody hell. It's on the org. I'm just having a look here, trying to see if I can find it. Okay, I hear the wind picking up. For me, that's always a worry. Let's have a look where we're at. We're just coming under 10,000 feet now, so let's turn on the lights. We'll see what they look like on the outside of the plane. Well, the main thing is we can see them. John, is that you in Discord, the N52MC? Is that you? If you scroll down on my Discord, it's quite big, you'll see all the flight stuff there. You can put pictures, there's meters and all kinds of other stuff there. This is a straight into runway 30. Oh, there's a boat! There's one boat. Hang on, where are you going? There's two boats. There's a little one down here, there's one here. Can't tell if my screen's dirty. Is that another one? That might be a bug on my screen. Oh, nice. Yeah, if you look through, you'll see all the pilot stuff down near the bottom. If you're interested in any other kind of stuff, just take whatever roles you want, but you can at least see the pilot stuff. It's always good to have other people that have opinions of flight simulators and help. Oh wow, what's that flickering? I think the clouds are looking a bit weird now that it's getting to dusk. Who we got here? Santiago, hello, how are you? We're just coming into landing. You're coming at the right time for everything to fail. Yeah, I don't know how to describe them. It's a bit weird. Okay, we better get serious here, guys. We're coming in. We're coming in. I need to see my chart. Mulat 2500. Okay. What's that? Oh, it's the screen. Something's there. What's that? Is that a... Oh, it's an oil rig. Oh, I'm so close to it. Oh, sugar, I've lost it now. Where are you? I have to zoom out again. There you are. When you zoom in so much, it just makes it bloody hard work. Hey, that looks alright. It's got a nice little light on top. Okay, so the aircraft's brought us under the speed thresholds and stuff nicely. Things are looking quite nice. I must admit. So far, so good. People just need to let the sim bed in, and then I think things are better in 6 to 12 months, and they can bitch about it. Do a Ryanair landing. Well, we all know that that's just kind of what I do. XP Realistic is now xplane 12 ready. What? Maybe I've got an email, I don't know. Just re-download it from the org, is it? Must be my other email, must be my personal one. Yeah, the oil rig wasn't bad, was it? What's that down there? Is that a hot air balloon in the water? That is such a hot air balloon in the water. I've lost it. There it is. I think he had to do an emergency ditch. Oh, God. Okay, that's cool. Okay, guys, let's get ready for landing. Just Jace, I believe it does have helipads, the oil rigs, from what I read. Max has come to join us. Max, you can say hello. Okay, we'll take this in ourselves with some nice, let's get some slow speed in there so we can take in the scenery. Now, like I said, unfortunately I couldn't get the my Thrustmaster throttle set up nicely, but this will have to do. How many commercial planes are in the game? Well, the A330, that's the default. This is the A320 from FlightFactor that's ported across. The 767's already ported across. The A321, A309 be ported by this week. We have the A340 from JAR is already ready to go. The Dash is getting ported this week. Magnite's getting ported. So, quite a lot. Okay, we better start putting some flaps on here, guys. I'm gonna throw you on. Auto brake onto medium. I think it'll be okay. Let's throw on the ILS system. Oh, won't let me go outside. Let's get some more flaps on. The JAR A330. Oh Jesus Christ! Well, I hope they port the A340 because I don't mind their A340. Okay, let's throw on our approach. Bring our speed back. We can see the airport's already in sight. Welcome to Valencia. I think the beach is a little bit missing. Maybe it's a port. I don't remember it like that personally. Do the BSS sound mods for the FlightFactor Toilets work on X-Plane 12? Currently, the sound mods are not working. One thing I read that people were having issues with the A320 is that they were using the sound mods and they weren't working. So I would say no at the moment. Okay, we're on for ILS. Bring our speeds down. Okay, let's do our final checks then for landing. Speed brake arm, flaps full, parking brake is off. Auto brake set to medium. Lights set and check. Runway in sight over Valencia.
2,500.
We're coming in extremely slow just for the fact we can enjoy it. Well, Zortex, the difference is this is not a brand new sim, so it's not like how Microsoft was. Microsoft was a brand new sim at the time. Infinite Flight, is it any good? I always say to myself I'm going to put it on there, but I never do. Okay, landing rates. First time with the A320 FlightFactor, so my first landing, proper landing in a jet for X-Plane 12. Anything under 500 we'll take, right? Are we going to start going down? Everything is working fine though. Look, it's come down perfectly on time. All the waypoint stuff worked well. Navigation's worked well. We got a bit of a funny headwind. We've got a bit of a crosswind going on. Might be a bit of a janky landing. I don't know what's going on out there. That looks terrible. That's probably been the worst part so far. But take a screenshot and I'd try and cut it out. There we go. Someone better put the gear down too. Heads down, brace. Yeah. Yeah, it's looking good, eh? A lot of these developers have had X-Plane 12 in their beta for a while. You can see the crosswind. So a lot of them were already porting their aircraft and stuff, which is good as well. $1,800 feet. I mean, we could take over. Does this game use Google Earth? No. You can download orthos, which you can place down, which is kind of like the same. Yeah, I don't know what's going on right this second, but look, of course, it's early beta. I'm sure that they're going to get fixed, because, yeah, they are looking pretty terrible. Probably, should reduce the lights for landing, as you should. I mean, the moving cars and stuff look a lot better than they did before. And hey, if I don't have a fuel truck on the runway, this is a win. Because that's probably the thing that does my nut in the most, is when you're coming into land and all of a sudden there's just a fuel truck going past the runway. That's the worst bit, isn't it? Okay, we're at 1,000 feet, guys.
1,000.
We'll take control. Oh, my reverse throttle, what button did I put that under? So weird not using the full setup. We're a bit high. That's better. Got the pappies on proper now.
500.
Control of the plane's quite nice. Maybe a little sensitive. A bit high.
100 above. 300.
Caution, taxiway. Caution,
Minimum
taxiway.
200.
Okay, so the RAS thinks that the runway's a taxiway.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20, retard, retard,
Oh, floated it up. What an idiot. Okay.
10, 5.
Caution, on taxiway, on taxiway.
One thing I will say, it's very touchy on the controls. I barely pressed back then. That's the only thing I will say. That was extremely touchy, and I've got no brakes because I can't remember what the key was. Jesus Christ. That was a bad landing. How bad? Landing lights off. Straight and go to the off there. Runway taxi lights on. Yeah, the biggest problem we have is that I don't know what my brakes are. Fucking hell, the airport's all the way back up there. Rip. Yeah, I know. Lighting is a lot better, it is. All I would say is I barely pushed back on the stick then. I might need to play with some of my settings, and it literally just sprung up. Oh my god, come on, turn. Jesus. Just pretend that didn't happen. It should have been okay, but what happened was the plane lifted up too much. You're sitting down the replay. I literally just, I went to kind of flare a bit and it just went ballooned. For some reason, I can't remember, their brakes are called something else, and all the brakes are keyed. Oh, hang on, they're working. Oh, I lied. I did set... Oh, that does work. Okay, okay. Right, catch you later, mate. All the parking spaces have taken though. I think it's got too much traffic. Like, the one problem with X-Plane 11 was there was no traffic, and now this one I think has too much. But yeah, we'll zoom out and we'll have a good look at the night lighting. What was my... Oh, my landing ray didn't work, did it? It didn't connect properly. Even the plane lights look really nice on the ground. Have a quick look. Look, the trucks are where they should be as well. And they got lights. That's pretty nice. The way they have all the lights. You can see the truck lights and stuff. Even the road signage and stuff just looks a little bit better than it did before. I don't think we can complain about this, guys. Look at all the services working. It's not bad. Yeah, you're gonna watch me balloon now. You're gonna see what happened. I literally just touched back a little bit in controls and it balloons. Coming in perfect as well, look. I was on the mark. Just there. Just too much on the flat. And then I didn't think I was gonna get down, so I slammed it down. Ooh. My landing rate was minus 445, so I was still under 500. We'll accept it. Now the VA's doesn't know what it's at here. There we go. Close you off. I mean, these are the changes that probably change the most. What's the cockpit like? Can we see the rain? I like these rainbow effect here. It's quite foggy. See if we can find some puddles. It's not raining currently where we are though. But that lighting on the ground and stuff's lovely. As people are calling it, puddle simulator. And when it rains, you see all the splashes in the puddles and stuff. It's pretty nice. Why did it not rain? Right, sugar. Humorous crowds, that's probably why. Not the wind layer I want, it's the rain. There we go. Yeah. So I think the rain in the cockpits looks so much nicer. Look at that. And then when you go to the outside, let's see if we can find some puddles. You see the effects? Like that's wicked. Probably why it's been called Puddle Simulator. Alrighty guys, on that note, thank you for everyone that joined in this evening. Thank you for all the new faces and stuff. Hopefully we'll see you at some other streams as well. I do fly a couple of times a week as well as doing other stuff. So hopefully we'll see you. Do the wipers work very quick? Okay, no idea. The wipers work. Look at that. Sound horrible though. That is nice. we're going to fly this A320 a little bit more while we're waiting for other aircraft. So yeah, look, thank you to all the mods members in the chat. Thank you to everyone that is new. Like I said, hopefully we'll see you at some of the other streams. I think we'll be back Friday with some buses. Wiper test pass, that's it. We'll buy it. Count David's floated his. Adrian is still coming in, and Count's floated, and Buzz has landed as well. But thank you to everyone. If any of you do want to come join us at connectva.com, do come join us. Come join us in the Discord if you're watching back as well. Link in the description down below. Hopefully you've enjoyed that and got a bit of a better look at X-Plane 12 that kind of wasn't just negative the whole way through. And yeah, look, pass the wiper test. Better go buy it. Buy it. And actually this A320 from FlightFactor is working really, really nice in here as well, which is really nice. So yeah, good things to come, hopefully. Other than that, for myself, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all later. Bye for now.